You're listening to The Next Chapter is Hers, a podcast about healing, growth, and becoming the main character of your life. We are your hosts, Hannah
and Heather, sisters, storytellers, and your weekly hype women.
Welcome back, main characters.
Ready? No. Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
We have to be ready. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome back, main characters.
Hey, guys. We had to pull in the special crew for this episode today. And I honestly didn't know if I knew what I was going to be able to say. I had a moment of inspiration and I started writing when I woke up. So I'm actually going to read to you guys what I wrote to catch you guys all up to speed on what is going on with the studio. Okay, ready? No?
Me neither.
No. Fuck. I knew this day would come eventually, but I wasn't sure when. I'm the kind of person who always has a plan A, B, and C, and with backup plans on top of backup plans just in case I ever failed. But today isn't about failure. Today is about growth, about stepping beyond your comfort zone, about trusting yourself so deeply that even when you have everything you've ever dreamed of, you know that there's still more out there waiting for you. Today I am announcing the closing of the studio, but please don't be sad for us. I spent the last 10 years building her, then rebuilding, redesigning, and transforming her every 6 months, squeezing out every ounce of inspiration from my soul and pouring it back into these walls. The studio started with white and gray walls, rough floors. This is harder than I thought. Windows hidden behind sheetrock and a cold emptiness when you first walked in. Today she is filled with light, warmth, and her walls echo with laughter and pure magic. We did that. I poured my magic into a paint can and spread it on these walls. My clients laughed so loud, they let tears stain the floors. This space is all of us. This space transformed my life and hundreds of other women's lives. This space held my hand through the hardest and darkest seasons and gave me a home. This studio saved my life. This space brought my family together. It was blessed by my mom's flowers and her soft, loving hands. It was nourished by my father when he cooked for every open house and every event. My sister and I cried there. We held each other there and released our fears together. I found soulmates in my makeup artists, Katie, Allyssa, and Nellie, and they poured their love into our clients. I had friends with their helping hands hang pictures, move furniture, and leave pieces of their love behind. I've been turned into art by Tina and other incredible artists here. For 10 years, I laid in the sun beneath those windows, grounding myself and manifesting my dreams. I've cried more times than I can count on these floors, and I let that space hold me. In 2015, I opened the doors to this building, and it instantly felt like home. You started with a blow-up mattress on the floor, and look at you now. In 2019, I cried as I moved from my tiny 800-square-foot studio upstairs and built 2,000 square feet of even bigger dreams below for events, classes, workshops, and so much more. I've welcomed thousands of amazing souls through these doors, and I have been so many different versions of myself in this space. And the studio loved and accepted every version of me. Over 25,000 images were shared on Instagram of this space. Almost 1,000 women photographed here by me, my best friends, and my sister. A couple 100,000 photographs made in these walls. Art was created here. Lives of my clients forever changed because those who walked through these doors found worth in this space. I was able to give people their lives back because of it. If that's not magic, I'm not sure what is. And now, it's time for one final chapter in these walls. Now it's your time to visit one last time because we will be closing the studio this December. If you've ever dreamed of experiencing this space, having a shoot with us. Now is the time. Thank you, my sweet studio, for carrying me through every version of myself, for holding every tear, every dream, every woman who walked out more powerful than she walked in. Thank you to every human who trusted me to capture them and create art with their bodies in this space. You will forever be one of the best parts of my story. But you are simply just the start of my legacy. There's so much more magic for us to make. Nashville, here I come. Okay, I knew it was going to be hard to read that, but I don't think I realized how hard it was going to be to read that. And now I'm sweating, and now I'm crying, and now we have a whole podcast to record.
Of us sniffling.
That got real really fast.
I know.
Ooh.
Hopefully you guys understood all of that through my tears.
You did a great job.
Yes, ma'am. And your mascara's still on.
So today, to announce the studio closing, we have Allyssa here. She's been my makeup artist for the last 5 years in the
That
studio.
doesn't sound real. Stop it.
I know.
Right now.
And of course, Heather is in the studio today too, also crying next to me.
Not a dry eye. This is just going to be a whole lot of sniffling and breathing.
Maybe, but it's fine. I hope you guys really enjoy that noise. It's like ASMR for crying. Is that enjoyable to listen to? I don't think so.
You're a sociopath.
Oh my goodness.
So let's talk about when Allyssa joined the team. Because Allyssa
COVID era.
was first. Well, she was like third.
Yeah.
Katie Glam Boss was my first makeup artist in the space. She
The
hung around
OG.
for a few years and then moved to Miami.
She's like on a boat in fucking Miami right now.
Probably.
I feel like this was all a figment of my imagination until you just read all of that out loud.
Right? Like, where's time gone? Okay. Like, obviously, I've been crying this entire time. But I've never been more excited for this next chapter of my life. And I know it's really sad. And
Really
I know we
sad.
all just cried.
Super sad.
But I'm also really excited.
You should be.
And I'm really excited to be, you know, sprinkling some of my magic down in Nashville and working with new people who may have never had the chance to come up to me. And there's already a lot of people down there who want to book shoots, which is really exciting because I think that's the most terrifying part of like moving your business.
Your territory.
And yeah. And I just didn't want to live in a box anymore. And I didn't want to be afraid anymore. And I found the love of my life and I just want to explore that.
I think as magical as the space here in Connecticut is, there's also a lot of trauma tied to it, whether it's past relationships or just some of the things that have happened to you in the last.
Yeah, like what gravitated me to that space and
Yeah,
making it
it's-
and creating it.
I think your art has like surpassed those four walls, and it's almost like a boundary for you now that creating outside of that space has brought so much more magic into your universe that it's really just creating infinitely more magic for you to put back into the universe.
I'm not going to lie. Even right now, like recording this, I feel kind of like a weight coming off my shoulders.
Even though we've been talking about it for like
Months.
Yeah, because
Or
like,
a year almost.
well, I think for so long though there was so much up in the air about like what was going to happen, what was going to be the future, you know, what were we going to be able to kind of like pull together at the last minute.
what was the new lease going to look like?
Right.
What was the new owners going to look like? Like there were so many factors that kind of fell onto
You're deciding your
Yeah.
final decision.
And we didn't get 80% of that until 10 days ago. Yeah. It wasn't until 10 days ago where they were like, here are your new terms. Here's the decisions that you have to make.
And it just didn't make sense.
and like they came at me with like, you need to be out by September.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
Well, I told
Mm-mm.
Alyssa the first contract that they sent to you must have been like wrong from your
Completely.
old space,
Mhm.
because I was like, they came back with like a way lower rent. Like, don't tell them.
Yeah.
Let's just sign it and
We
see if we
almost
can
got
sneak it
'em.
away.
And then they doubled it and said, you need to be out by September if you're not re-signing this. And I was like,
Yeah, that was scary. But thankfully, they are honoring the original move out date of December.
Yep.
We're already going to plan a rockin' goodbye party.
I think
Mhm.
for September though. I think like before.
Make it like a birthday bash / studio closing party.
Oh,
Oh,
Right?
that's
maybe.
sad. Hey, you'll be in your 33rd year, though. That's got to mean something.
Oh my God.
That's epic.
I don't know why that just made me want to cry again.
Because you grew up with that studio?
I know I've been there for a long time.
You're just in the building for a long time because you were, upstairs before you were downstairs. And
It's sad to close a chapter even when you're like so excited for the next one.
Yeah.
it's the nostalgia and the memories. And like there was a lot of, I don't want to say bad stuff that happened there, but you went through a lot in the last 5 years. A lot. And lots of highs, but lots of lows. And even though it didn't happen there, like that was your release. That was your outlet.
It's my little safe space.
It was.
My home away from home. My magical little.
You could almost like forget about what was going on in your real life because you could just go there and
Oh,
make
yeah.
magic in other people's lives.
My disassociation zone.
Yes. The magical disassociation zone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that space was like that for a lot of people, though. Like when you think about how many clients we had that came through that space and how many stories were shared and how many like heartfelt sit down and therapy sessions that we held there. I mean, even in our events that we hosted, like there was
Oh,
always
yeah.
a corner of girls being able to
Mhm.
sit and talk and just like decompress. And
And the medium that came to that one event that talked to you.
yeah. Oh my
That
God.
was nuts.
When she crawled into my soul and like
Mhm.
laid it all out for me. And I was like, speechless.
Yeah. That was nuts.
Our events were amazing.
They were so much fun. Thank you, Heather, very much for all those amazing events.
There's nothing like running around topless or butt naked with a whole bunch of women. And it's like somehow you feel more secure than
And
like you
safe.
ever have. You know what I mean? Those walls were so safe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have done it recently.
Run around naked there?
Oh,
Last time I was there.
I was going to say me today.
I haven't done it in a while, but within the last 6 months.
Yeah, being clothed there is optional. No, the other day I went through like a rabbit hole of the Instagram, and that was the morning that I woke up. Like I went to bed
Mhm.
scrolling all the way back to the very beginning.
I did that not too long ago looking for photos for this podcast.
Yeah.
I haven't
And-
done that yet.
And I don't do it.
Oh my God. You just start crying.
Put your, take an edible, lay in your bed and do it.
Take a mushroom and just
Relive every moment.
It's crazy though, seeing that blank space with literally no personality.
Nothing.
Like white walls.
We also chopped the entire makeup station. I have the video of us chopping the entire makeup station
Sawing it off
of
the floor.
Literally, I'm with a hacksaw on the floor like this, and you're picking up the countertop, and we moved it to where it is now.
That's when we insert these kinds of videos
Yeah.
into the podcast.
I will send you the video.
That was definitely, I mean, the nights that we would have there though, just like we'd grab a bottle of wine and sit on the floor and just like cry and then start throwing paint on the walls.
Alyssa stringing 7,000 crystals on a chandelier.
Oh my God.
Till I still feel my fingernails bleed.
Yeah. Someone today was like, when you're leaving the studio, I want to buy all the chandeliers. I was like, I'm adding a fucking upcharge because we put our blood,
Double
sweat,
it.
and tears into it.
Double it. We literally ordered a chandelier. Hannah ordered a chandelier. and it was like what, $150
on Amazon.
on
Yeah.
Amazon. We're like,
Or-
this is amazing.
Or it was $450 pre-assembled. And I was like, fuck
We
this.
can do
I
it.
can do it.
Pay the assembly fee.
Pay the assembly fee.
If you
It-
buy that giant chandelier on Amazon, pay the assembly fee.
Insert photo. Every single crystal of this chandelier.
With individual.
I
In
think we
in its
literally
own
passed
bag.
it around to each other. And like I took a shift, you took a shift, Heather took
Yeah.
a shift.
Well, one of us had to peel the plastic off,
Yeah.
hand the crystal. One of us had to take
PTSD.
the
PTSD.
silver part and wrap it around the crystal, hand it to the next person, and then attach that silver part to the chandelier and do that about 600 more times.
Yeah. That was
I even think 600 was a really kind.
no,
number.
yeah, no. It's definitely
It's 4 digits.
yeah, it's in the thousands.
Yeah. And we ordered Thai food that night and sat on the floor
Yeah.
and ate pho in silence because we were all overstimulated and pissed off at the chandelier.
And because we were so mad at the chandelier, we couldn't even carry a conversation anymore. We're just like
Nope.
angrily eating pho. Like, what have we done? with our
Legs
life?
straight, bellies hunched.
And then remember that time I ordered the wallpaper that's up right now, and you guys were like, Hannah, why the
Gremlins.
fuck are you putting the Amish people on the walls?
Oh my God. And I was like, so we're gonna direct our clients to go over there and put your butt on the pilgrim.
The
On
pilgrim
wagon
wagons.
head.
You're like, maybe we should turn this into an arch.
And then we cut off the pilgrims and
There's still a few.
yeah. There's the little, right in the right hand corner.
Yeah.
My-
Some of the girls that have come in and put their butts right on the pilgrim men have laughed about it. It's been a good story to tell. Oh.
This may get deleted, but remember every time we would scroll on Instagram and somebody would 100% rip off your studio
Oh yeah,
design?
that's a usual.
Oh my gosh.
Alyssa's like, we can't talk about clients because they're gonna know.
But we can talk about
photographers.
Honestly, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. It's crazy though, because that's the other thing too, right? When you're scrolling through the Instagram and you're seeing how much the studio changed and like how it started and the blue couch and the yellow curtains and how much that influenced so many
I
people.
forgot about the yellow curtains.
I know. I forgot about the blue couch. You know what I forgot about even before that? Was my white Western wall. Yeah, I bet y'all didn't remember that
Wait,
either.
the little corner with the tub in there?
Yep.
With the pampas grass?
You took photos of me in that corner. And
Yeah.
then Eva painted a photo of me
Yep.
in that corner that you took.
Yep. And then a girl brought in like a whip
Yes.
and you took pictures of her.
I did. You
over
taught me how
there?
to shoot in that studio.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I yelled at you so many times in that studio.
No, I needed
in
it.
that
I don't-
western corner. You got whipped
I'm
in
in-
that western corner.
I did. Listen.
No, a lot of growth happened there. Like a lot. Even again, scrolling all the way back, just seeing how much my work changed there and seeing
Even the difference from when you did my boudoir session in early 2020 to when I started working with you in 2020, end of 2021, 2022.
yeah,
Like,
world of a difference.
so different. I look at those pictures and I'm like, damn, so different.
I know.
You used to be the light and airy queen. And then all of a sudden you were like,
Even
get dark and sexy.
Oh, upstairs, the original upstairs studio,
Mhm.
the 800 square foot upstairs studio stayed white for a long time.
I remember
And
seeing
I
those
had
pictures.
White curtains, these white fluffy pillows behind me were there. The blow up mattress on the ground, like that era. I think I apologized to some of those people and was like, please come back. Let me
I'm
make your
so
photos
sorry.
even better.
20% off. If
But
you
they
were in the
loved it.
whitewashed era, you get 20% off your closing sessions.
The closing sale.
Closing studio sale sessions.
Yeah. That studio was magic. She is magic. But you know what?
You're magic.
Yeah, you're going to take that magic wherever you go, dude.
We're magic.
We
We're
are
all
magic.
going to take that with us wherever we go. Whatever happens next. We're going to continue photographing. We're going to continue with education and doing our girls' trips and all of our retreats. So, like, none of that stuff is changing.
I'm just going to have to find a cool place to shoot up here in Connecticut for all you baddies who want
Oh, yeah.
to keep.
We got Emily's studio we can go to. Like, there's still places for us to shoot up here. We can still book people up here for sure.
For sure, for sure. Keep me on the
You
For sure, for
Heather. Heather's the best. She's my sister. I trained her, but she trained me. So technically, who trained who? We don't know. But it all worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if the next person's going to feel the magic.
I wonder what the next
Probably like
thing,
an accountant.
I wonder what the next thing going in there
Hope not.
is.
I know.
Apparently, the building has a 2-year wait list.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can ask your landlords what's going to go in there next. Like, what's the plan? Like, are they going to chop up that studio and make it 2? Are they going to?
So my understanding is currently still that I have to paint it white, put it back
Oh my
to its
God.
natural.
That's
Wait.
going to be like a whole like.
Unless they decide to keep what I have on the walls.
Well, I mean, 1, it's awesome, but 2, who is crazy enough to do that?
I
To
feel
keep
like that's wild to like make the current tenant paint it back to white.
yeah, that was in the original lease terms. I got lucky with upstairs because they wanted to paint my old studio lime green. So, I mean, what is it? Like $200 I lose if I don't do it? That's worth my time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
don't
would-
paint it
yeah.
for $200. Like,
I'll split it with you, dude.
yeah, dude.
Screw that.
What's wrong? You guys don't want one more night
How
in
about
the
we just
studio
get
with
martinis?
wine
How about we just get martinis and watch whoever's painting?
Yeah, just kick our feet up.
through the windows, just like laughing at them sipping on our martinis. Okay, but how about like, okay, this is the other thing too, right? Like I think I fought fighting the studio and closing it down for the last like year and a half. So much so that like all those bad omens started happening there with like the flood,
Oh my gosh, the flood.
like when it turned into a giant sauna steam room. And then right after that, there was something else that happened. It was like 3 things back to back right around Christmas.
Well, there was a flood that happened downstairs in the basement, and our pipe burst right before that.
right.
Um,
And I lost half my stuff during that first steam pipe blow. Like they had to rebuild a wall. All the albums got destroyed.
all the wallpaper peeled.
yeah, the
ceiling
wallpaper
paint
was
peeled.
peeling off. The pink tub melted.
Mhm.
The lingerie, anything that was like rhinestone or silver.
Oh yeah, the glue melted off of everything.
It was either the glue or just instantly
All your
tarnished.
picture frames were warped.
Oh, they fell apart. They just fell right off the walls. So it's like someone up there was like, time to start cleaning up the studio.
They're like, we're gonna like make her make a decision.
We're gonna make her like declutter at least.
I know, I'm such a hoarder.
You're a maximalist.
I am a maximalist.
I know. I think recently I was like, "There's not enough plants in the studio anymore for me to shoot around." And Hannah's like, "How? How is that?
100 points.
How is that possible?" I like gather them all around me.
Meanwhile, I'm having the
Once it was a
conversation with Josh the other day about like what's important for me to like come down and what size moving truck would I need. And we're just talking like logistics. We can start preparing. And I was like, okay, there's like 22 chandeliers. There's about 18 mirrors. There's 40 disco balls. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm just thinking about the important things that need to come with me.
She's like,
8
"Yeah."
guitars.
She's like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking like, this couch, and I'm not taking, but I am taking
52 plants.
And every chandelier
Plastic
in the state of
plants.
Connecticut.
52 plastic plants."
Listen, those plastic plant.
Are you having a stroke?
Maybe. Plastic plants are like $80 each.
Yeah.
They are.
That's the cost of the moving truck in general.
And also, when I moved last time, I was informed by the movers that were putting all my stuff in the truck that they didn't take live plants on the moving truck.
Good. They're all
Excellent.
plastic.
So I snuck the fig tree on though.
Oh,
I think I threw the guy like $50. I was like, I'm not leaving this here.
bad girl.
I will drive a U-Haul of just plastic plants and disco balls to Tennessee for you.
Honestly, sounds like a fucking vibe. Who's riding in the back with
Yeah.
me? I'll do like the jackass style and the rollerblades.
Oh
and
my God.
turn the disco balls on and have all the lights in there like tss, 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 tss.
We'd get TikTok famous like that guy that sailed from Oregon to Hawaii.
Guys, get ready
Disco
for our
balls and
marketing
plants.
material next year. We're We're taking it up a step.
U-hauling from Connecticut to Tennessee.
You can have a shoot in a U-Haul mid-Connecticut to Tennessee just filled with plants and disco balls.
Oh my God.
The traveling boudoir truck of plants and disco.
Well, that was the plan for the Airstream.
Yeah, that's in my
Yes.
backyard.
that Airstream is still in your backyard.
Yes.
Bro, don't
Just-
hate.
I'm not hating. I just didn't think it existed anymore.
Appreciate
Just chilling.
the silver Twinkie lives on.
Just
It
chilling.
will.
Chilling in my
Honestly,
backyard.
I feel like you should just hitch that to your truck when you move and take it.
We've talked about that too. I still really want to finish it. I still have a lot of the things downstairs in my basement to finish it.
Or, hear me out,
Buy some land and live in a silver Twinkie.
sell it and have like, I don't know, $18,000 to put towards a house.
Yeah.
So we don't have to live in a trailer.
So if
hitch
anybody
thing.
wants to buy anything in my studio or the Airstream, let me know.
Like a 1968, pretty good condition.
Yeah. Brand new,
cute.
all new trailer, all new subfloor. Skins
did
are
put the
down.
whole
I got the
subfloor in.
flooring downstairs in my basement, not installed yet. Apparently a window fell out. I'll put it back in.
It just
It's tipped out.
She got moody.
But yeah, that was my dream. My dream was to bring that down to Nashville and like set it up in the backyard and make that like a fun little studio space.
Oh, you could also
That'd
make
be
it an
really cute.
Airbnb.
That's what I wanted to do. And like when family came to
Mm.
visit, they had a little extra bedroom to
I
stay
feel
All
like
in.
right,
that
maybe
would-
keep it.
Provide more income than the $18,000 silver Twinkie for sale situation.
Maybe. Maybe.
Mhm.
If anybody's worked on an Airstream, hit me up to help me finish it. That would be great. No. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think we had such an amazing time down in Nashville. Like when we did the classes, when we
Love
did the
Nashville.
workshop and stuff. You know, there's so many amazing locations down there to shoot that like I am not worried. If it takes me a year to build a studio back up again, like I have some of the best shoot spots literally in the world
I
in
mean,
downtown Nashville.
if anybody is not willing to pay to get photographed in that junkyard, they're idiots.
Oh my God, the junkyard,
That was so good. I saw those pictures.
the paint session and the flowing wet goddess.
The paint was so good.
That was in a junkyard. If I can make a junkyard look that good, come on.
I was amazed the second you called
Mhm.
me on FaceTime and was like, this is my shoot location today. And I was like, are you shooting in the junkyard? And you were like, bet your ass. And I was like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
And it
Her
was
leopard
Gorgina.
print gloves and the old C10 truck that was broken down in there. Loved that. How about the pink house that we
Ooh.
shot at?
my gosh,
The all
that
pink
pink
house with the all
house.
pink kitchen.
And there was a bird cage in the front foyer.
Yep, that you fit in.
Yes.
Like a human-sized bird cage.
I have like one of these pictures in there.
Yeah.
I was like, need human bird cage pictures now.
Yeah. I know. I've already done like some really dope shoots down in Nashville.
I also think I'm not worried for you in the sense that like I'm sad that you're like not going to live 20 minutes down the road
I know.
in the next year, but like you're not doing this alone and like you have a support system and you have a great
Yeah.
partner that's like on your team for you.
I have the best partner.
Yeah,
you know what
he's
he
great.
said to
We
me
love
the other
him.
day?
What?
He was like, babe, don't worry. I'm going to build you a shop. Don't worry, babe. Don't worry if we can't fit your dining room table on the way down. We'll make a new one. I'll make an 8-foot biggins one for our big family.
Joshua Hammonds.
Love of my life.
You can't.
And he's like, don't worry, we'll find a house that has a studio in the backyard. You want to take a 2-bay garage and turn it into a studio? I'll do it, babe.
I love him.
He tells me every day that he believes in me.
Josh is the definition of,
Husband.
no, he's just the definition.
She said my husband.
If he wanted to, he would.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's the definition of that because like he would do anything.
He has done everything.
Yeah.
Like that's yeah, like I'm not scared at all. I'm sad to say goodbye to like one chapter, but I'm so fucking excited for this next step that like everything just feels right.
Mhm.
Like it is not going to be easy saying goodbye to everybody, but also it's a 2-hour plane ride. I've been on the
I was
plane
saying,
like
it's just a see you
3
later.
times this month.
Yeah.
Like every month. I'm so used to planes now. I only panic a little bit.
And also when we like hang out with like all of
Lies. It's
Takes
a
a
full
Xanax as soon as she gets on the plane.
It's a full hyperventilation system from 3 exits before we get to the airport until she gets out.
You can't
Harlow
forget the
8
hand holding
kisses.
that needs to happen to whoever's sitting next to her on the plane.
Oh, yeah. Even if they're a total stranger.
Immediately.
I'm like, y'all want to snuggle or not?
Every time. Every time.
Well, I mean, she got that credit card with those companion flights. So,
yeah.
wait, do you have to be on the flight to get the companion flight, or do you just have to book the flight?
No. You have to be on the flight, and you can only have 3 people on your registry for that year.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some terms and conditions, but
Damn.
Also, when we hang out with our boudoir friends, it's never in Connecticut. We're always like, hey,
Never.
where are we booking a flight to
Right.
hang out?
Exactly. Half of our friends are in Canada. The other half
Yeah.
is in California, New Jersey, Hawaii. We see each other in Connecticut.
So basically, you should have moved to
Hawaii.
New Mexico.
I'm sorry. No.
No.
Nashville is the center
You're
of
right.
everything. In Nashville, I am 14-hour drive from my family. I'm a 14-hour drive from my brother in Tampa. I'm a 14-hour drive from Joshua's family in Texas.
That's still a really long drive.
But it's a 2-hour flight.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
To all of those places?
To all those places.
Okay.
We are directly the center hub for everybody. 2 hours. It's great.
I feels you.
Yeah.
If you're trying to convince me to move to Nashville, it's it's working.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so easy. What are you even doing up here?
I know.
Why do you think I'm dragging my entire family down there in September? All of my
Perfect.
aunts, all of my cousins. I'm like,
I'm
just
going
need
to
to
get
see.
people down there.
you will. You will.
It's going to happen.
I don't think I've really received any definitive no's from my camp.
No. Mike sounded like he was all in for it.
Yeah, Mike's just get a job. I can drive
Harlow's
truck
like, I'm sorry, I can wear cowboy boots
24/7 and fringe and glitter and just be
sign me
normal.
up.
hear Joshua play guitar all day long.
She loves him so much.
I think I literally think the world is just going to be so good. These next couple of years are going to be so juicy. You're
Good
just
thing
gonna
we
need,
started
a
a
really
podcast.
big straw to handle everything, you know?
Like a boba straw.
It's a snack and a drink at the same time.
This episode is so unhinged. I'm so sorry to everyone who's listening.
Listen, when you are slap happy from not sleeping and planning every single day and then going back and looking at your journey and then having to make decisions moving forward, it is going to make you slap happy. There's no way around it. I'm fucking crazy this week.
How many hours of sleep you on?
How many hours?
Mhm.
3 hours in a joint for this whole week.
I got 4 hours in an espresso shot, so I'm doing a little better than you are.
I have a toddler who loves to sleep. So I did 13
Heather's well
hours
rested.
last night.
I worked till 2 a.m.
And then we had our shoot this morning.
We did.
And we had a great shoot.
We did.
And here's the craziest thing. I told you this, but I don't think I told Heather yet. Do you want to know where the shoot found me for this morning?
Nashville.
This was crazy.
On a flight. Her boyfriend sat next to me and we started talking about what we do for work. You're going to tell me that I'm not going to succeed in Nashville just moving 2 hours away?
You know too many people.
This world
It's your oyster.
is my oyster.
So wait, is she from this area or did she travel?
Yeah. No, we were on the same flight coming back through New York. Crazy.
Love that, man.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. And then her best friend did a shoot with me. So then her best friend brought me back up to her. And she was like, okay, I'll think about it. And then I popped up on her Instagram feed and she was like,
The universe
to
is
do it.
telling you something, babe.
yeah. So if you've been following us for a long time and haven't pulled the trigger yet, baby girl, it's time. It is time to get into the studio.
Do it.
We're dropping all new pricing this year for the remaining 6 months. We've got limited spots left.
We're going to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're all ready to do the juicy, creative, crazy
Oh, yeah.
concepts. Bring us the crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. We got new lighting
Mhm.
sponsors. So those lighting sponsors are bring us some amazing art. I'm in the zone to create as much amazing art as possible in that space before I close it down. And honestly, I feel like now that I've said I'm leaving the studio, I have felt even more rejuvenated going to it every day. And I'm like, okay.
It's not dragging you down anymore. You're like,
No.
I have a plan.
Yeah. 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 Guys, I'm excited.
We're so excited for you.
We are.
Genuinely. I know that I sound very like, I'm also very sad.
I know. You can be both sad and excited.
Yeah.
I'm sad for the end of the era. I'm happy for you. You deserve this. Like all parts of it. I also feel like Hannah 5 years ago would have never made a jump like this. And just the fact that you're doing it and being like, I know it's the right move. I love this for me. It's like, that's all the confirmation we need.
Yeah. Yeah, like, well, the other part of me too, I feel like I've been planning for this my entire life. Like, I have been traveling the world, spreading my name, shooting in as many locations as I can, meeting as many people as I can, because I'm like, Connecticut doesn't feel like home to me.
You've always said you wanted to move. Always.
Yeah. And I think that now it's like, I have to trust in myself again. Like, I have to trust all this work that I put into myself is going to pour back into me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that I haven't done in a really long time. I haven't stepped out of my comfort zone, and I've stayed safe. And I think it actually started weighing on me that like my creativity wasn't as, you know, filling. Like my
Yeah, like I said before, you were almost boxing yourself in. You were giving yourself a boundary to your limitation because you were just limiting your creativity to those four walls.
You're just going through the motions of like, all right, this is typically what I would do. And you were kind of stuck in that, like, it's not flowing through you.
Yeah. Yep. And that's exactly what it was. I was in a box, stagnant, and this kind of just opened my eyes to the possibilities again. And I feel like when you're scared, you're able to create so much more because you're like playing again and you're like having
I have nothing
fun.
to lose.
Especially your ADHD brain, because it's like almost like fight or flight. It's like, do this to survive.
Yeah.
And like it gives you that like drive, that will, that like fear.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in a safe space like that,
you don't grow.
Yeah. And there's no challenge. There's no fear.
There's nothing holding a mirror up to you being like, change this, fix this, do this, and you'll grow.
Right. It was just like, all right, we're sick of this set. Let's redesign this set. Let's see what kind of like weird Tim Burton shit's in Hannah's brain. Okay, guys.
Crazy.
Okay, guys. This is my vision. My vision is moved out mansion, run down, boxes of chandeliers everywhere.
Titanic mansion.
With colonial men on the wall. No. It'll be good, guys.
And drop cloth covering everything.
It'll be good, guys.
And paint dripping from the ceiling.
Can't you see it? And we're like,
oh,
no. But let's do it.
Let's pour these 4 cans of paint together. And don't worry about if it gets on the floor. Just here are some 99-cent brushes. Just smudge them on the walls. In fact, just use your hands.
And then spray it down with water and throw a sponge at it.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Picasso.
Who was that is how my brain works. But who was with me when I was doing the half wall that I built that has like the yellow through it? And it was you, right?
It was I.
Were you there too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so Allyssa and I this was after the drippy wall. So we made like the black drippy wall that we had the hearth on with the blue couch for a long time.
The panel that was in between where the dressing room is now.
Yes, when we blocked off where the dressing room was. Also, I would like to say that if you go back even further in the Instagram, you'll see where I had that movable wooden wall.
Yeah, the western, the wooden.
That was before that. That was even further before that. The western white boho was the wall that her and I painted.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that. I handed her 99-cent paintbrushes. We mixed 4 cans of paint together. We walked around, and then I was like looking at it. I was like, it needs more. And I started throwing spray paint cans at you.
And we had gold paint.
And we had gold paint. And we were so high off the fumes. We were like, we need to open a window because I think
We're going to die.
we're going to die. And then we splattered paint and we did something else. So like it was running down the
And
walls,
didn't
right?
we like take the brush and just start going back and forth?
Do you remember though? Upstairs, the roof started leaking of the building. And so there was water that was leaking. So they came into my unit
Yeah.
and they saw the paint dripping down the walls and they called me and they were like,
Mhm.
we don't know how to tell you. There was an incident. We're not sure how it happened, but all of your paint on your walls are dripping off. It was us.
And I was like, no, I did that myself.
Yeah,
It was
I was
on
like,
purpose.
I was like, guys, don't fret. We in fact did that. We painted that mural, and the sigh of relief that came from the
They're
foreman.
like, oh, we don't have to pay to fix anything.
And then they looked at me really confused, and they were like, "You wanted it to look like this?" And I was like, "Bitch, get out of my studio space."
Get out of my brain. I do remember standing behind you though, because you were sitting on the floor, like doing the bottom, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with this.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fine.
and the more hands on deck, the better.
yeah,
And then we're like, oh, gold leaf? Let's just
throwing it on the wall.
yeah, throwing it everywhere. I think I've squeezed every ounce of creativity out of that space that could possibly come out of my brain.
I mean,
You changed
honestly,
that
the only
space
thing
so
that's
much.
left is to go back to complete white.
Gross. And then the green. Remember when we painted the green in what is now the office?
Yes.
Yeah, and now it's brown.
Mhm.
Remember we arched the windows and we spent 16 hours figuring out the mathematical
Oh
equation
my
to properly
God.
arch each window to make it the same exact height. Made it so much more difficult than we needed to.
Yeah.
So much more difficult.
Hannah and I like trying to pretend to do math.
We're like, okay,
She said,
so
"I'm
the
an engineer."
radius that we need for this window, because some of the windows were like 36 inches and some of them were like 42 and then some of them were like
Annoying.
50. And you're like, how do I make all of these symmetrical?
Be the same.
And then
angle.
I think when it came down to it, you just cut pieces of plywood in half and you were like, you
Yeah.
just like freehanded it. And I was like, wow, these look really good. Our calculations were great. You're like, I just fucking winged it.
Carpenter
like-
Barbie enters the
I
chat.
put a nail in the middle, fucking made a half circle, cut it out, and just set them all up at the same height. And I was like, that was way easier. But we had like graph paper that we were cutting, like,
Trying to math.
dude, no. It was worse than that.
We were
like,
literally making like a 1/3
Fractions.
scale.
Yeah. And we had like 6 pieces of paper that we cut arches out and we're laying them next to each other and we're measuring them and then we're converting that. It was so bad.
So you said, fuck this. And then girl math was better than regular boy
Yeah.
math.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you eyeballed it and it was perfection. Girl
Yeah.
math always works.
And everybody's
Always.
like, oh my God, did you guys like replace your windows? And we're like, no.
In fact, they don't even open.
Sense the
We
steam.
freeze in here in the summer and we boil in the winter.
I will say, I am not
backwards.
going. Okay.
Freeze in the winter, boil in the summer. Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God. It's so cold there in the winter.
I'm not going to miss July and August sessions
Mm-mm.
at all.
Even June this year.
It was hot.
So hot. Hannah had like 4 sessions last week when it was like 100 degrees. And I'm like, that is not cool.
Yeah, Hannah's studio is in a like very old historic factory building, and there's no like HVAC anywhere. Or I don't even. That's probably not the right word.
No,
I'm
it is.
using, but
It's
That's gonna be the first
okay,
thing that
yeah.
gets
Correct word.
upgraded. You know, when they say like the second time around, you're
Mhm.
smarter about it and like everything's better because you know what to prepare for.
she's like, I'm finding a studio with central air and
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mine
no
doesn't
more.
have AC. It has
But
heat,
that's not
there's
going to
no
have
AC either.
beautiful windows.
I know.
We'll see what my husband can make up.
Period. Get on it, Josh.
He's like, whoa. Take it easy.
It doesn't matter what he builds. Hannah's going to put like,
Oh yeah.
girl math cut arches on top of it.
And he's gonna be like,
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
She's
babe.
going to be making window panes out of like electrical tape.
I've done it before.
I know you have.
Tell me I won't. No, I think the next space is going to be incredible. I can already visualize it, and I feel like that's really cool. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I've been able to like sit and physically see my future.
Mm-hmm.
And like even yesterday, I was on a friend's boat and one of her like nephews came up to me who is just graduating college, starting videography and stuff. And he was like, tell me everything. Tell me all about you. Like, I'm so intrigued. Like, you do photography? What do you photograph? Like, he was so excited. And I was like, wait a second. Am I the cool, like, mommy on the boat who, like, can give good advice to everybody for, like, their starting careers? And I'm just like,
You're the cool bougie auntie.
yeah. I love that. I love
Mhm.
my future. It's so bright.
Are you going to talk about what's inside your brain for the next studio, or do we not want people to steal
No.
ideas? Okay, noted.
No one will know what's in my brain for the next studio.
Noted.
You know me, though. Like, I don't even really see what's in my brain until I'm, like, sitting.
I think I have a vision, but I don't want to tell you because what if I'm wrong? And then what if I'm right and they match up and I'm like, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know. Now I want to know what you're thinking.
I just think it's going to be way more like, I think you're still going to have dark aspects and like the moodiness, but I think it's going to be a little bit like more romantic. And I don't even know what I mean by that. But I think you had a lot of like rebellion thrown into this studio in the sense that this was like, fuck this. I'm going to make this crazy and wild.
Yep.
And I think you're just in a different headspace now. And I think it's going
like
to be more
heart-shaped
feminine.
beds.
No. No, we're
Maybe.
not going Poconos here.
Maybe. Martini glasses you can pose in.
Okay, that's hot.
That's a dream of mine.
Yes.
Giant chandeliers you can swing around on. That's
yes,
what we were
like
going to do in this
super
one.
femme and romantic. Like
Don't.
just- yeah.
Publish this part.
Pineapple.
It's a
Pina.
secret, bitches. You're going to have to come and visit to see it. No, but really though, totally come to Nashville, book a shoot with me. Let's make it the best one ever. Style it in the dopest Airbnb and just girls'
Or
weekend.
come to Connecticut and book a shoot with me.
There's going to be
Oh, do you wanna
territory
fight?
wars.
Let's fight.
Heather's in Connecticut. I'm in Nashville.
I
Pick
mean-
who you want as your player.
I'm not going to win.
Alyssa's also in Connecticut, so it's 2 against 1. Haha.
Yeah, you get unnamed makeup artists who may or may not show up in Nashville.
Not true. I made some great connections in Nashville.
Then I'll show
And
up.
I was just going to say, Alyssa will always catch a plane ride.
I will always get your plane ride.
Hell yeah. Especially if she's got a free place to stay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll stay in the pantry, especially if there's snacks in there.
You know my house always got good
You always got
snacks.
snacks.
Not as good as my snacks. I have toddler
You
snacks.
always have snacks.
Damn, Heather
Fruit
is the
snacks.
baker. Well,
Mhm.
this might be the end.
Hannah's like, we got brownies to make.
We do have brownies to make.
And chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tillamook. Heather put me on, guys.
I think I need a snack after this.
You're going to edit this and you're going to be like, what even in the fuck?
No,
is
it's
this?
fine. I found like the weirder we are on the podcast, the more people enjoy it.
Oh, good. Alyssa, talk about your butthole.
Oh my God.
My butthole's pretty nice. Bethany, unfortunately, mine doesn't have a hemorrhoid yet. Doesn't have any accessories yet. She does need a wax, though. So. What about your buttholes?
Me too. My butthole needs to be waxed also.
No, like I like tomorrow because like my ass is gonna be in a bathing
Same.
suit.
I'm going to be in a
Oh
thong.
my God, Ryan's here.
Oh my God, my brother's in the next room.
Sorry.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's somewhere. I think he was like, guys, I pizza for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my God. We hear him from beyond. All right, well, we're going to make some snacks. Studio closes December.
We're going to have an epic going away party. So
Yeah.
watch our Instagram for the invitation.
Yeah.
We
We'll
wanna
be
fill
emailing
it.
you guys all the new details. The website is also going to be taken down and being revamped and rebuilt.
But we're still booking shoots until December.
Yeah.
So get your booties in there.
Yeah.
Find us in socials. And
Yeah.
DM us and book us.
Mm.
Please and thank you.
We love you.
Love you guys.
We'll see you
Love you.
next week, main characters.
Thanks for making this the best studio of my life. And the best years.
They were some good years.
2015 to 2025. What a fucking ride.
A decade, bitch.
What a decade.
But this one's going to be even better and juicier and more amazing. And like we all might have kids in this one, which is crazy.
Oof.
Like the next 10 years, that's crazy.
Oh my God. What will the next 10 years be?
Studios, kids, houses.
Stick around to find out.
We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Love you, bye.
A quick blessing before we go. May your mirror be kind, your coffee be strong, and your confidence slightly delusional.
You are the main character, the muse, and the movement.
We'll see you next chapter, babe.